we need to take the body to the fridge, which is just, oh my God. And see how it's going to do. Once you are done with it, send the corpse to processing. Check twice to see whether you're done with the corpse-related task. After you send the body away, you can't take it back. There is something that I definitely am curious about. So we are going to send ourselves over to the fridge. It might take a bit, but, you know, that's okay. Who is this random person? Working class woman. You see a sturdy woman humming to herself. She seems to be browsing books. A good one?
Yes? Hello?
Who are you?
Me? No one. I'm just a working class woman.
Why would you literally call yourself a working class woman? What?
She doesn't really want to be disturbed that much.
Have a good day.
This was a tremendously useful interlude.
Kim, you... The book says you must attain a Franco-Nigerian hard body at the nearest gym. It takes willpower to even read the author's name. Jean Kaus from Iguania? I mean, I would love to have a hard Nigerian body at the gym, but I don't know if that. Oh wait, I'm stupid. The freezer is through the weird occult section of the bookstore. I'm gonna need to start pawning things off to Roy. Possibly relatively soon. I actually have very little money. I mean, I am Hobocop. Maybe I should sleep in the dumpster. Why not? That could totally work. Oh, fuck yeah, the barbell.
The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its master.
Noticed collars. High performance weightlifting gloves. Head hurts. Hold on. It's physical instrument, right? Oh, I got the shirt on too. All right, it's time.
The barbell waits patiently.
42%.
Like a dog for
easy.
Its master.
Oh, we did it. Wide grip? Oh, medium grip. Oh, we're clean and jerking? Oh, no, we're just cleaning.
Conjuring up an inhuman amount of strength, you raise the barbell up in the air. Your biceps tremble, but you're a savage. This is a children's game.
Yeah. I'm a true champion. Oh, I did the jerk too.
A warm wave of accomplishment washes over your head as you drop the barbell to the floor. For a moment, it feels like you're strong enough to succeed at anything you ever set your mind to. Hey, but you're still in a ghost house. What if someone heard this? What if they know you're here?
Oh, the ghost house.
Good technique.
Out of all the things the lieutenant would say to me, he hits you. Oh, he has something to say. He hits me with a good technique, huh? The lieutenant states the obvious.
And the flashlight works a lot better if you hold it in your hand.
Got it, Kim. No need to rub it in. Oh, fair point.
Right. Now let's get to it.
Some areas are...
All right, a fine enough way to fucking handhold me without being too mean about it. Thank you.
Tiles on the cube are still. Nothing happened. Like a smooth draw, the filaments, the speaker comes.
Good afternoon. Please repeat. Is this
Password.
Good. Please repeat the password.
I don't know the password.
Received. I will fortress.
God damn it.
Is there any?
Are you alive?
Yes, I am alive. I am 74 years old and my name is Yvonne.
Oh.
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
My partner tells me that you're here because radio computer guys are all paranoid.
I work as a repeater at
Thanks,
the
Kim.
Little Indian repeater station. It's my job to know where you are, Fortress Accident. As for me, well, I am sitting in my cubicle, surrounded by a wall of radios.
On an island on the river Esperance, a small woman, all skin and bones, sits in a room filled with audio equipment. Thousands of tiny lights are reflected back from her prescription lenses, like stars in the dark. Doesn't it get lonely, sitting there all by herself?
Empathy makes a good point there.
Lonely? Why would it get lonely? I get to talk to people all day.
That's why she does this.
Now, please tell me if there's anything else I can do, Fortress Accident.
Password?
Good. Please repeat the password.
This is the police. Please open the thing.
I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder, Fortress Accident.
Ah, crap.
Without filing a warrant with Lintel, I cannot give you access to these filaments.
I'm afraid we are not doing that, unless we want to wait for a month.
Oh.
Now, can you please proceed, Fortress Accident? Thank you.
Tiles on the cube, the filaments.
See, I don't really want to sell the filaments.
This oath, a diagram for summoning some time-forgotten being. The symbols seem very esoteric.
I know, we already know what this is. I would like to... It's like, I would like the filament. I don't want to sell the filament, okay? I want to learn the password. I want to talk to the person. I want to learn this whole thing. I don't want to sell the filament yet, but I may need to sell the filament because I am going to have no money to stay. I have no real to stay at the goddamn inn. So, yeah. Bear fridge.
The bear's eyes are dead and empty. Ice inside the fridge, slowly melting. The power has been cut off.
Oh, yeah.
It's certainly an eccentric choice, but it's more than big enough and cold enough. Honestly, it's perfect. All we have to do is plug the fridge back in.
Well, might as well do that then. There's that, hole in the wall again.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner, and you slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here. If you want to try again, then you...
Equip the pry bar by going to the Tools tab.
I know that.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
Fuck it.
The ice squeaks beneath the pry bar. You think you've got the bar jammed in there pretty well, but the lid simply won't budge.
You could still, on boxcars, if you roll boxcars, you can still get it, but...
You see the pry bar's metal handle bending right before your very eyes.
Yeah, well, that's a good pry bar. I'm not criticizing it, but this ice cream maker is frozen shut. It takes an advanced tool to get it open.
Yeah, how will we get that?
I have no idea, officer. This ice cream maker isn't important enough to requisition a special tool.
Sooner or later, you will stumble upon a tool mighty enough. Then we will know what's in this mysterious ice cream maker.
Thank you, Inland Empire. You are very helpful. We need to turn the bear back on.
Both cables are unplugged from the breaker box.
Cable goes to... Bear is red. Yeah. Bear is red cable, I believe.
Both cables are unplugged. A giant electric mammal awakens. The dead body is going to be safe in the embrace of its cold innards.
Even smells... I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
Great. The owners of this building will just have to keep paying for the electricity sucked up by this monstrosity a little longer. Let's return to the fridge.
You say return to the fridge, Kim, but like, we don't have the body yet.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red, watching over all the ice cream wrappers hidden inside its belly.
Of course. I'll take the head, you take the feet. It's not going to be the easiest thing in the world, but we'll manage.
Okay.
The two of you, easily.
Let's do this.
The body is heavier than you expected, and stinkier.
Oh my god, the sound effects.
Into the fridge. The lieutenant takes a step back to admire your handiwork.
This is... I can't believe we're fucking cops. I cannot believe we're cops.
Beautiful. A dead body in a nice bare fridge. This is some of the best police work I've ever done.
Thanks, Kim.
You've definitely earned a drink after this. Perhaps even some pagan rites.
No, physical instrument. I will not let you try to kill me anymore. Let's bring out the meat and set it on fire.
I knew you would say that. I knew this would lead to drinking. No, no more. This is paganistic enough, and he does not leave this room.
Fine.
He means it. He doesn't want to be the ice bear cop.
We did our best with the means at our disposal.
Did we though? Okay, maybe we did.
Oh god.
At least we've stopped the body from decomposing further. Now you can conduct another inspection under controlled circumstances.
Inside the icy realm of the ice bear fridge, the corpse stands slumped, waiting.
Tell me something, dead man.
Shoot, Looney Rooney.
At the autopsy, you said you have ancient mysteries.
Oh yes, Kobo mi Lobo. In the gift horse's mouth. Tracts and wakes and waterways. Ancient materials buried. Just a small gulp away, my beloved Kobo. A small gulp away.
How do you like it in the fridge?
I like it a lot, brother. This really is your finest hour. You're a genius. A regular Copperangelo.
Coppa Angelo, lovely.
Come back later, Kobo.
Lovely.
Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible.
I thought we decided to leave it to processing. Let's not turn this into some kind of circus. I thought we decided
No,
to
I
leave it
want
to
the boots,
processing.
damn it!
Let's not turn this into some kind of circus.
Perception needs to be higher. But this is a white trek, you can retry it. I have an idea. 17%? Easy.
Your arms reach
Oh!
your eyes close, as if by their own volition. It's dark all around. You feel cold, slippery
Easy!
flesh, first with your fingertips, then under the palm of your hand.
17%, by the way, chat, if you're unfamiliar, that's me taking a six-sided die and saying, this is gonna roll a 1. And then it rolled a 1. God damn. Your arm reaches out and your eyes close as if you own your volition. It's dark all around. You feel cold, slippery flesh. What is this?
His face, his cheeks, his nose, his fat, swollen lips. Like a spider, your hand crawls over his features. Everything is silent.
What are these options? Squeeze his nose.
You pick it between your fingers. The mess is even larger than your nose. Very porous somehow. Like it's about to pop. Keep crawling, lest you break it.
Crawl up his nostrils.
They are swollen shut. You need to really push to get in.
God damn, I'm gonna push my fingers in his goddamn nose.
Only the little one fits. The flesh changes shape as you bore in, searching for something in the cartilage. The thing you're looking for, it's not here either. Crawl out, spider.
Put your fingers in his mouth. Why not? Fuck it.
The oral cavity is cold and moist. A ball-like tongue attaches itself to the base of the mouth, lolling around like a scallop. You're on the right track.
Okay, Lena Empire. Mess with it.
The tongue moves freely in the cavity. The mucus of the mouth is slippery, delicate to touch. From the soft meat, teeth are budding. Hard pearls of bone in the gums and in the back of the mouth. Can you feel it? You're so close. Rip his jaws open now. Look in. A vision of black and dark red death, pried open by your naked hands and studded with teeth. Looks like he's laughing. Death fumes rising from the throat, and there, in the back of his mouth, above the bell of the uvula, right in the soft palate, you see a hole, barely visible to the human eye. It is swollen shut, almost vanished. No larger than 0.4 centimeters in radius, the edges appear darkened.
0.4 centimeters. Like that's too small for a bullet, right? Like a needle? Fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
A black trickle of liquid runs into his throat from the wound.
How big is 0.4 centimeter?
Your index fits right in there. A tight tunnel of flesh opens up. Tissue damage. Wide enough for 2 fingers. As you push both in, you reach through his mouth, right into his brainstem.
Brainstem?
Yes, that's what this part is called. You've seen the drawings. You've studied them.
Shut up.
The basal ganglia feels clumpy. What entered here has torn apart his reptilian complex. The funk soul brother at the back of his head has gone dark forever.
No, not my funk soul brother. The funk soul brother.
Your fingers slide into the remains of his limbic system. There is no resistance. It's gelatinous. The slug-like structures are damaged too. The tearing extends deep into both hemispheres. The undulations of the limbic system have ended. All is quiet.
He wasn't lobotomized? It's through his mouth. Was he put to death?
The lieutenant answers with the sound of his pen on paper.
Or cut? There was no scratches on his neck, so he was dead before they hung him. They killed him differently and then hung him afterwards.
Your fingers are all the way in now, reaching toward the inside of his skull. The cavity goes further, but the entry wound isn't wide enough for the rest of your hand to follow. All the muscles in your body harden. Time to enter him.
I hate that.
The cartilage.
Oh my God!
Like some fruit. Just like that, your hand is in his head. Strange fluid streams down your wrist, and then you feel it with the tip of your finger. Sharp, serrated material. The edges cut right into your skin. The pain is barely noticeable under the adrenaline rush.
I feel a solid object right under the skull.
Can you get to it?
There's a tiny crack, a protrusion in the cranium, right in the back of his head. Your finger must be pointing straight at it, from the inside. The object that is in there stops just short of the skull, in the encephalus, knocking this tiny fracture into the cranium.
Is it a bullet? There's an object.
We have the makings of a very small exit wound here.
I was so ready for me to fail that because of me winning the other one.
You pick the object between your index and middle finger. Feels sharp, like metal. You press your teeth together. Your jaw is clenched. All you need to do is just...
I got it.
Good, good.
The inside of the head feels cold and smooth, like a glove. Sweat dripping down your brow. Careful not to lose the prize between your fingers. With a plop, your hand emerges from the mouth, covered in blood up to the wrist. Between your fingers, a small flower, a blossom made of lead.
It is a bullet.
A bullet.
0.4 centimeters. How? That's really...
The bullet falls in the bag, leaving a smattering of blood on the plastic. He raises the bag under his eyes and says,
A non-caliber. Rifle. Some kind of brittle alloy. Fractured on impact.
Keep it, Lieutenant, as a gift.
No, you deserve it. We can log it later. Looks like we need to add one more item to your injury list. Injury number 4. Oval entry wound with an abrasion collar. Soft palate, back of mouth.
So,
High velocity. Temporary cavity in brain tissue. Small exit wound on the occiput. How does that sound?
sounds about right.
Opinion, fatal injury.
God damn right.
And one last thing. We should amend injury number 3. Ligament mark. New opinion, non-fatal. Postmortem. Treatment.
Wait, what do you mean by treatment?
As I said, treatment is an attempt to manipulate the body after death.
Oh,
to
yeah.
hide the real cause with a false cause. In this case, this injury here. Yes, and the belt around his neck, the hanging, even dragging him to the yard. All of it was done after this man was already dead.
Okay, I already figured that part out. Thank you, Kim. I'm not that stupid. Actually, yeah, Harry is that stupid. Never mind, it's okay. Dead dabba doop doop.
Dead.
Fucking love this character so much.
I did not just come up with this. I've had my doubts since you told me about that hunch, officer. Him doing something else when he died. I don't have intuition. I don't usually trust it. But it made me doubt.
Well, I said he was enjoying his time of death, but that looks like he had a gun in his mouth.
There have been other signs too. Small details. Everything is too neatly designed for us to assign probable cause here. As we did, full-heartedly. Well, no more.
Was he enjoying himself at the time of death because he was like, ha ha ha, blam.
We almost fell for it, he thinks. Almost.
To hide something. The real killer? The real motivation? What really happened here? That's for us to find out. But this, it will make finding them just a little easier.
I need to wash myself.
Oh, you really do. I am glad to hear you say that. Your room in the Whirling in Rise should come with a bathroom. Be sure to make use of it in the evening. Yes, we should take a closer look at it. I am certain it has more to tell us.
This little thing could reveal much about the weapon that shot it.
We bag the corpse and carry him to the holding pen of my kinema. I can transport him to processing myself, but I will be gone for the rest of the day.
What do I do when you're gone? What do you normally do when I'm gone? Wait for you to get back.
Work on the case. Tend to personal matters. Try not to do anything too dangerous. An officer needs backup in a neighborhood like this. I'll leave that choice to you. And one more thing. Great work, detective.
Thanks.
The word lingers in the air of the basement. Far away, ice cream makers are buzzing, and the sea wind blows outside.
I'm very, I got a compliment.
Detective.
Yeah.
After you bag the corpse, Lieutenant Kitsuragi will leave the party until tomorrow morning. You can do side tasks and even the main case, but it might be more difficult. Plan his exit accordingly.
So there's not much of today left. So this actually might not be the worst idea. I do need to wash off the death smell. What about the what about talking to the various Ooh, I would like to speak with the smoker, though. There's also the Whirling in Rags union workers. And I need him with me for that. I have 3 skill points. I genuinely have no idea what to do.
The bullet is safely sealed away in a plastic bag bearing the RCM stamp. Kim has filled out the label on the bag with the item number, case number, and date and location the bullet was found. Beside his orderly handwriting, the bullet looks especially sad, like a tiny, shriveled head of cauliflower.
What do I do with you, Bullet?
What?
I said, what do I do with you, Bullet?
Well, if I was the bullet, which I'm not, I would say find the weapon that shot me.
Good idea, Bullet.
If we find who owns it, we will have likely found who used it, possibly to kill our victim. In conclusion, the more we know about this bullet of yours, the better.
The squashed bullet has some sharp edges where the jacket has split open. It feels cold, even through the bag. The jacket of the bullet is made of a yellowish metal. It has blossomed out to reveal a dark grey core. The base of the bullet is close to 5 millimeters in diameter.
That's a very small caliber. Hot damn.
You can just about make out a few striations near the base of the bullet. Little hairlines, linear. It feels standard. It's quite destroyed. Some of the fragments are still lodged in the wound.
What can you say about the bullet so far?
Jacketed bullet, close to 5
A
millimeters.
jacketed bullet. Okay. It would have been shot from a military-grade breech-loading rifle, not from a muzzleloader like those typically found on the streets of Martinez.
What kind of gun do I carry? No, we're fine. We're fine. The body was already there before I pawned off my gun. Oh, thank God. That's right. I pawned it off last night or 2 nights ago, right? Right? How long ago did I pawn off my gun? I'm worried.
We were right. This came from a serious weapon.
Even the RCM uses ordinary unjacketed conical bullets.
Oh.
This is strange.
Oh,
Very strange. I like this, officer. Strange means unique. Unique means incriminating. We need to find the gun that shot it.
oh, thank God. Oh, God. That would have been horrifying. Absolutely horrifying. Whoo-wee. Okay. That'll save me a little bit of fear.
Something tells you that won't be any time soon. This'll have to be one of those epic tasks that's open for a while.
But is it?
You can't remember what happened last week.
Fuck!
What makes you think you're going to remember arcane firearm models?
You know what, hand-eye coordination? This is why, you son of a bitch.
The bullet is still safely sealed away. A rifle.
Yeah! Gaming!
Your bullet looks to be an old 4.46 millimeter from the surplus left over from the turn of the century. Probably an antique or a retrofitted antique.
Thank God I had that other rifle with me.
The 4.46 caliber was widely used with the Belmargrave rifle, a Revacholian manufacturer.
Okay.
The BM dominated the battlefields of the Insulindian theater of the anti-centennial revolution 50 years ago.
Okay. The revolution was 50 years ago? Or is this something different?
Incidentally, you have just such a rifle with you. The dusty old
Yeah.
thing you
Oh,
found
yeah.
hidden in the
50.
basement
Okay.
below the commercial area. It's unusable, sadly. If it were, the bullet would probably fit the chamber. No, but Zeliger, a major firearm manufacturer, ended up with a surplus after the war. So there are still a lot of these old military rifles.
I guess it would be.
floating around,
The old
usually
man
broken.
was in the
The
war,
quality was appalling.
and he's old, and he probably fought when he was young. So 50, yeah.
Antiques enthusiasts, guerrilla fighters in distant countries, a few lucky jamrock bangers. You're looking for the same thing you found in that hidden weapons cache, only in working order.
Maybe I should ask Renee.
What are you thinking? Bullet?
God damn it, Kim.
Okay. And?
Shot from a Bell McGrath rifle.
An antique. That makes sense. There can't be many breech-loading rifles floating around in Martinez, or anywhere in Ravachol, really. Sure, there's some arms trafficking, but the laws prohibiting the use of breech loaders we inherited from the monarchy have been effective, from what I've seen. Some new RCM recruits get impatient with their muzzle loaders once they've trained with military-grade weapons, but they realize it's worth it in the end.
Worth what?
Imagine if everyone, cops, citizens, had access to firearms that could shoot multiple rounds without pausing to reload. After the first shot, the second, third, and so on come much easier.
Imagine. Couldn't be me.
But back to the investigation.
Antiques enthusiast.
Doesn't seem that likely, but we'll check out all possible leads. Next step, finding the gun itself.
You love when you get the satire in there. You love it. Okay, well, pretty good overall for all of our general stuff. There's a lot of white checks and stuff overall that I can still grab. Oh yeah. I forgot. You could just go through there. Well, you know. Okay. Other tasks. Oh yeah, I want to ask about the pissing competition.
Yes?
Oh, I must have to wait for him to actually take the body. Oh well. Yeah, well, I want to talk to Renee anyway involving the photo, so I might as well chat with him now. Alright, he's a drunk. Hey, Renee.
Vigilance officer, what can this old carabiner do for you?
All you observe is a veteran refusing to let go of the past and his old uniform. This is not uncommon.
This is the uniform of the Royal Carabineers in service of Frissel I, Guillaume Le Lion, and the valiant King Philip V before him.
I tried.
Don't you mean Frissel the Fan?
Yeah!
You do not speak his name, Craven, although he was a clown. But he was our clown, ours to ridicule and to mourn.
There's something you missed. You will get to it. Don't worry.
Maybe I should have done that after I... Oh, whatever.
Yes, the Debardeurs Union pays me to stand vigil during the night. Not out of any political allegiance, mind you. I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and money is tight.
He feels like he has to justify himself for some reason.
Same, bro. Yeah, the murder.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday.
Oh, why are you on leave?
It's a private matter. Nothing to do with your investigation.
You see, officer, René is the kind of man would rather die than admit he needs medical assistance or, God forbid, sick it. A real man's man is just gonna ride it out.
And then die.
I'm fine, goddammit. Mind your own business. It's nothing. Just got to cut back on coffee.
It's his heart.
Yep. Yeah, I figured that part out.
No one. The bus has been unmanned since last Monday. There's no other guard. It's just me.
No one has been guarding the container yard since last Monday?
Yes. It's not actually an issue. I mean...
Look, officer. The container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before René. Monsieur Claire had that booth built specially for him. It's mostly decorative.
Ah, yes, Everett Clare. A true man's man. Mainly because he has about the size of 3 fucking men in him. I wish I had 3 men in me.
The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals.
That is somewhat true. I will give you that, Renee. I will give you that. Sometimes just the optics make a difference. Like living in a gated neighborhood, like just because the neighborhood is gated is sometimes enough to just, you know, discourage some stuff.
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabiniers' pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words.
You know, the Everett I spoke to didn't really quite give me that same vibe, but I don't know if I don't believe him. There's nothing wrong with tar collecting. It's my side thing too. Proudly hold out the bag.
Oh, I didn't mean to imply there's something wrong with that. I do it too. Everyone does it. It's an excellent side thing.
Yes, yes, yes. Can we conclude the topic of my guard boost now?
He is not going to become an entrepreneur.
Subscribe to my Sigma rules. I saw a picture in there.
She is nobody. This is none of your concern, and I refuse to discuss my private affairs with the RCM.
The lady is Jeanne-Marie Beaulieu, and she sure as hell wasn't a nobody.
Yes, yes. Like I said, I would be up anyway, so might as well keep an eye out. It keeps my senses sharp.
Better chances now. Let's hit it.
Still, all you see is an old soldier refusing to replace his uniform with
Anything else I can assist you with, officer? Vigilance, officer? What can this all...
Still, all you see is an old soldier refusing to replace his uniform.
Anything else I can assist you with, officer? We still...
I tried. How are my clothes? Do I have anything that lowers composure currently on me? No, my shoes give me more composure. Interfacing. Oh, my jacket.
Hear that? Magnesium. That's what you're lacking. The lack of magnesium has you slouched.
What?
The magnesium levels in your blood are dangerously low. It's about the low magnesium levels and not the high alcohol levels.
What?
Yes, and it's critical. Look at yourself. You're practically devolving into a fish due to the lack of magnesium in your bloodstream.
Why is composure telling me this?
You need to get so magged up. You've probably had 2 heart attacks and a minor stroke already. And the only prescription is insane amounts of magnesium.
I'm assuming no, they already have cocaine in this universe, so
1 stroke? Don't be so modest. He's having one right now.
So you're telling me I need to become a magnesium-based life form?
Yes. If you want to live,
oh, new thought!
You need to evolve. You need to transcend the carbon barrier. Go to the apothecary and buy insane amounts of magnesium. It will reverse the damage to your circulatory system. Just remember, it's not the alcohol. Buy more of that too. Alcohol is not the problem. And it's certainly not the dextroamphetamine, nor smoking for 40 years. It's the lack of magnesium. and excess of coffee. You should stop drinking coffee. It wreaks havoc on your gastrointestinal system.
You can rip my coffee out of my cold, dead, painful GI tract based hands. What the fuck is this? Magnesium based life form. Fuck it. I shall become one. Can I try again now that I have stuff on?
Vigilance officer, what can this old carabiner do for you?
Damn, no. Oh well. Okay. Well, at least I talked to him about that. Can't get all the armor pieces, which is gonna be a little sad. Victims' tattoos. Hey, wait a minute. So wait, I'm kind of all right. So we get more physique when we drink alcohol. We get more intellect when we smoke cigarettes. I'm assuming we take more magnesium, we get more motorics. That's why Composure was yelling at me. That's my assumption. I don't know what gives us more psyche, but that's kind of where I'm visualizing it at the moment. Hey, man.
Still here, stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up?
That's what I'm assuming. So it's not Wednesday yet, right? So what else is around? I could go. What, this fucking asshole?
Looking for something?
No. You know, we'll talk to the union members. We'll talk to the union members. We'll see what's up. In fact, I'm gonna put a lot of points in. Composure might be a pretty good one to keep. Oh wait, no, I want the jacket on though. This is a good jacket. All right, let's talk to the union workers. Oh hey, the gardener lady's here.
Let me handle this.
Says to the crowd in the mess hall before turning to you.
Detective Disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten.
Uh-huh.
I advise you not to overstay your welcome.
You lied to me. You're not a gardener.
That's right. I am not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union.
Oh. Oh, shit.
So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy? You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does. That's Titus. Talk to him, but know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming, nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
Why are you so aggressive?
Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems?
What are you gonna do to me? Oh, this was not the right option.
What are we going to do to you?
Why did you say that? Did you forget you're a cop? Again?
I fucked up. That was not how I assumed it was gonna be taken.
The union isn't going to do anything to you. It is not a crime syndicate. It is a labor organization.
Walrus Man Everett says otherwise.
Goddamn right it is.
SCV ready.
If anything, it is the RCM who does things to people. But we digress.
I'm sorry. Why are you so aggressive?
Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
So you were spying on us. And now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Yeah, well, you got a man about worth 20 men currently with a crime syndicate, so eat my entire ass?
Fuck yeah.
Will do.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
I don't like any of these answers.
Let's. What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority.
Oh, God damn it, bitch. You know what? I don't care about you. I won't even talk to Titus. I'm gonna talk to the old lady in the wheelchair. Fuck you.
Just a moment.
She's agitated, judging from the way she keeps pulling at the frayed edge of her blanket.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
Here's genuinely apologetic.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear.
Good day, ma'am.
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there.
Oh.
Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
Gary, that lowlife.
The manager was vague about it. To let the young woman who's house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night. But they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them.
Lena, the cryptozoologist's wife. I don't. One, giant word. Two, I don't even know who that is referring to.
I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
You hear that? Someone's missing. There could be foul play afoot.
I love missing person cases.
That's right. Now skip the foreplay. Time to dive into the dark alleys. Start shaking down the usual suspects. You know, legwork.
Usual suspect. Give me the keys, you cocksucker.
Doing some good will alleviate the hangover. At least you're of use to someone.
Okay, Volition, you've been a good friend for a while. I don't need the sass.
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully.
A cold breeze hisses through dense thickets of reeds. Something sweet in it, somnolent. A damp chill goes down your spine. When you look around, you're still in the whirling in rags.
But you have more important things to worry about.
No, this is important to me. What is the exhibition?
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps.
Oh, across the water lock,
He
huh?
said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
The water lock's busted.
The water lock, that was broken. Could this be it?
Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that. Gary's as loyal as they come. I trust him with my husband's life any day.
Yeah, the thing is broken.
Oh my. What happened to the water lock?
Yeah, some technical problem.
Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both of you. You've spared me another sleepless night.
Yay, we did good.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband.
This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that extremely rare insect.
Why are you so happy about that, Inland Empire?
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water lock's been repaired. And it's cold out there.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
I'll ask a bit more about the rest.
Yes. a zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
Oh, so he works with blockchain spiders. Lovely.
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
Kim, a bit quieter.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
She's got more class than you do right now, Kim. Come on now.
She's used to playing off such insults casually, but they still affect her.
Damn it, Kim.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
Your apology is accepted, Kim.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology.
Your apology is
one
half
specializing
accepted.
in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious.
I'm gonna find the Loch Ness Monster.
Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and
I want to find the
often
Mothman.
thankless. And frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
She's completely internalized her husband's struggles. They are her own.
Damn, that's good. Let's hit it.
There's really no point in manipulating anyone. She'd be only too pleased to tell you about her work. Go on and ask.
Yeah, hey Lena, I'd love to hear about some of the cryptids. Could you tell me about a couple of them?
Oh, I'd be delighted. Truth be told, I could really use the company too.
I feel like a good person.
One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza.
I disagree, Kim. Cryptid extravaganza? I like the sound of that
And
one.
I don't. Just one.
Or he'll be disappointed in you.
I'm sorry, Kim. For the first time ever in my entire life, I am okay with disappointing Kim Kitsurage.
That would be the giant of Kokonur. The giant lives in the most arid parts of the vast Kokonur Desert in South Samara,
Okay.
casting a strange light across the barren wastes.
I'm assuming that all of these cryptids are like fake versions of real life cryptids to meme. I mean, shit, they threw a DMX song in this game. Where the hood at? So I don't know what this one is though. I don't know what the giant of Kokonur is.
Mirage or psychogenous luminance.
How big is it?
No one knows for sure. It is like an awful mountain appearing from below the horizon and expanding to cover almost a third of your field of vision.
Well, I imagine I would have seen that.
The towering luminosity of Kokonur is a bad omen in local folklore. Some say it's a fata morgana, others, fate unimaginable.
Hooey. No animal can be that large. It's a mirage.
Kim, come on, man.
That's what makes it so peculiar. A species surviving at the very limits of scientific law. The giant of Kokonur must be the largest animal the planet can support. There are limits, you see, to how large a metabolism an ecosystem can beget. Some say a gravity anomaly below the Kokonur Desert might allow the creature to grow to these gargantuan sizes.
Great. This is great shit. You need more.
Hell yeah.
Hey, you promised you'd only ask about one cryptid.
No, I didn't. No, I did not. I never said that. Yeah. Cryptid extravaganza, I like the sound of that, and I don't just one. Nope, I did not promise that. I never promised that.
The lieutenant pauses, thoughtfully. Something in him breaks.
Oh.
Fuck it. Let's have more cryptids.
Let's go!
Well, the smallest cryptid is the Cryobacter catlensis, a unicellular bacterium. It was discovered in one of the northernmost points of Katla on the Boreal Plateau by renowned geologist Caitlin Mijanou some 70 years ago. The bacterial colony Mijanu found had remained alive while frozen in ice for longer than anyone could reliably estimate. Certainly from before recorded history, Mijanu disappeared shortly after injecting herself with the bacteria she had brought back to study. No doubt in hopes of prolonging her own life.
She injected it to her?
Yes. The bacteria had survived in the ice since times immemorial. It is not hard to see where she could have gotten the idea.
Bitch, crazy.
It's actually a little hard to see. But do go on.
I intend to live forever too. As a symbol.
Everything has a price, sweetie. After Mijanu treated herself with the bacteria, she stopped aging, but also became increasingly eccentric and irascible, so that even her oldest friends were forced to pull away. We can assume that she has been living somewhere in the wilderness for decades now, all alone except for the Cryobacter catlensis coursing through her bloodstream.
I need to know the most dangerous one.
The gnome of Jeroma.
Whoa! Doesn't sound too bad.
Oh, it is. None of his victims survived. Grieving relatives never even found their bodies because the gnome's venom dissolved organic tissue.
What?
It was reportedly a small creature with webbed fingers and a protruding forehead and a gangly little thing. Quite scary to look at. A couple of campers found it when it was already dying. They heard an odd wailing in the woods and followed the sound. They were scared and wrapped it in tarpaulin to suffocate it. It still took the gnome of Jeroma an entire day to die.
Wait, so it's still alive?
If the body of the creature was found, why aren't there detailed illustrations of it in science textbooks, confirming the existence of these very little species?
I love how it says the lieutenant can't help himself. He just can't help himself.
The first scientist who got his hands on the creature's corpse put it in a jar of formaldehyde, thinking that would detoxify the gnome's venom. Instead, all the venom leaked out of the creature's teeth and into the surrounding liquid, dissolving the creature itself. A poetic end, perhaps, but a real loss for science.
Any invisible ones?
What an interesting question. And the answer is yes, there are.
Ooh.
Of course. All fairy tales have someone or something invisible in them.
Shush, Kim. She's going to tell me about the invisible cryptid.
It's the Coldamama.
I'm sorry, Kim. I'm sorry.
Name means thin whisper of sound, and that's
precisely
what it is. Self-replicating sound waves, invisible and intangible. The Coldamama is very afraid of us, which makes it incredibly difficult to track.
Could it be here? Now?
It could be. As I said, it could be everywhere. And we wouldn't know any better. It could be ringing all the days of our lives and nights.
Maybe it's predatory.
What if it's predatory?
It's not. Don't worry. If it were predatory, we would have found it by the damage it inflicts.
What if it has an invisible damage that causes cancer?
I wouldn't be so sure. What if the damage is also invisible?
Typical Half-Light.
Like nothing, it's such a high-pitched sound that us humans can't hear it, nor can other animals. It could be ringing right outside your window and you wouldn't even know it. Could be anywhere. Everywhere, even.
Fine, I'll bite. How can an animal be a sound?
Many scientists have asked the same question. Some have claimed that it isn't itself a sound, but a tiny corpuscle that emits sound waves. But there's no evidence to support this theory. Plenty. It's the evidence that led to its discovery. In the 1920s, a group of Areopagite ornithologists, that is, scientists who study birds, were trying out a new recording technology for capturing sounds outside the range of human hearing. When playing back recordings they had made in the foothills of the Ea mountain range, they noticed certain anomalies, patterns that seemed random at first, but on closer examination were consistent with the waveforms of songbirds. The
Songbirds.
scientists soon discovered they could track and even predict what appeared to be feeding, mating, and migration patterns based on sound waves in a strictly delimited range of ultrasonic frequencies, even higher than those of the highest pitched bat calls.
She transforms, when speaking about these strange animals, into a confident woman.
They realized that they had discovered a new species and called it the Col de Mamadaqua, after the Paracanassian name for the voice of God, which is said to be very silent.
Wow.
They grew quite obsessed with these little birds.
I hope I internalize a
Though they
thought about
couldn't see them,
cryptids.
they could
That would be
distinguish among
baller.
individual birds and even began to name some of them. Sequester, Time, Joscan. Those are but some of the Mamadaqua they followed individually. That is a sad story. A group of university students assisting with the field work in their enthusiasm for the project, and no doubt because they were preoccupied with impressing their professors, nearly drove it to extinction. They tried to communicate with it and had no other means but sound. So they started sending out sound waves at frequencies they thought might match the Mamadaquas. And what happens when a sound wave meets another sound wave of the same frequency, dear?
They collide, right?
This lady really should be a teacher. She's really good at the explaining things thing.
Thanks, suggest they amplify each other.
No, dear. They
Fuck!
cancel each other out. And these tests were performed so recklessly.
I like
that
the
when
idea
they happened
of the
upon
sound
right
waves
frequency,
amplifying one another,
well,
and then like
out
exploding
most of the
and launching like a
population.
tiny little plankton-sized person. Like, ah!
Great regret washes over her. A wending cloth.
That would be very funny.
After that, the corpuscle
I actually don't
appears
know
to
what
have
two sound
migrated
waves do when they
elsewhere.
match the same
There
frequency.
have
It
been
was just a
recordings
guess.
of anomalies similar to those spotted in AI, but they've been few
Like I
and
said, this
far
game is too
between.
smart for me.
It's impossible to confirm the presence of any stable Colta Mamadaqua population anywhere.
Of course. A common thread in these. Disappearance and unfalsifiability. I like the story, though, man.
I'm glad you did, dear.
Nice.
What about what?
This has been educational.
Of course, dear.
Oh, I wanted to have a thought internalized. God damn it. Tell me about Morel.
Oh, dear. I'm not sure where to begin.
What's your husband look like?
Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
It's always a challenge to describe the person you know best in the world.
If I were trying to meet him on the street, what would I look for?
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description.
Thanks, Kim.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, you know, just in case.
How long have you been married?
We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn.
Oh, late.
The most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow. Via dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was
Nice.
looking to get back into the scene after recovering from my accident. And he'd just divorced. We hit it off, and, well, here we are.
Oh, how sweet.
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later.
Thanks, reaction speed.
I hope I've been useful.
Tell me more about this rare insect.
Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
We've done so much of that
The
already.
lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
No, I want to hear about the insect.
Well, it's a phasmid, technically, but
Oh yeah. Here comes the interesting.
where other phasmids imitate sticks or
Why is
leaves,
Inland
this
Empire
one's
so
a
excited
living
with the
reed.
cryptids?
It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insular Indian coast. Hence its name, the Insular Indian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us, officers.
There's a touch of awe in the way she enunciated the creature's name.
I knew it. We're gonna be chasing made-up insects with cryptozoologists.
Kim?
It's not made up, officer. I can assure you.
Kim?
There's a hint of defensiveness to her retort, but also confidence. She seems to sit up a little straighter in her chair.
It's simply elusive, so much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all. Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect that looks like the reeds. Gary sent us the clipping.
Do you have it?
Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insular Indian phasmid perfectly, and they didn't even know what they were looking at.
Enthusiasm has wiped the worry from her face. Her eyes sparkle behind her glasses.
You seem really excited about
I
it.
suppose I have something of a personal connection to the Insular Indian phasmid. All scientists have their little hobby horses.
Is it dangerous?
Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully?
Is it valuable?
Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie.
Does it have cool powers?
Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. It's how it stayed hidden all these years, centuries even. Oh dear, I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special.
Nice cock.
With embarrassment?
Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you'd understand, I'm sure.
I just spent so much time talking to this lady. Imagine if I just ended like an episode on YouTube right now. I would totally do it.